Unmute. Record.
All right. Good afternoon. Welcome Athens-Clarke County Board of Elections voter registration. The date is Tuesday, February 10th, time 4:33 PM in the afternoon at 2555 Lexington Road, Athens, Georgia. First item on the agenda, adopt the agenda. Chair will entertain a motion to adopt.
I so move to adopt the agenda.
Okay,
I'll second.
okay. Motion, Ms. Fambro, second, Ms. Hill. All those in favor of adopting the agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Is the approval of one set of minutes from January 13th. So we'll take a look. If you have any concerns, we can make those edits. Otherwise, the floor is open for a motion.
I need to approve the minutes.
Okay, so a second.
A second.
All right. Motion, Ms. Riley, second, Ms. Fambro. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the minutes are approved as presented in the packet. Next item is public comment. Could someone please hand me? Thank you.
Mhm.
All right. Next item on the agenda are public comments, and let me get up a timer here and then we'll go from there. 3 hours. Hello. All right. So I will call up a name and then you have 3 minutes and you know when your time begins, and then we'll go down the list. And apologize if I pronounce a name wrong because I perhaps read it wrong. Anyway, the first person, Cheryl Alexander?
Yeah, no comments.
No comment. Okay.
We thought we just had to sign in.
Oh, sure. Same, I'm assuming for Richard.
Well, I can say one or two things.
Yeah, please, stand up and then read. You can stand up if you'd like, if that's
Okay.
comfortable for you. And then just state your address and your name.
It's Richard Alexander, 165 Winburn Avenue in Athens,
Okay.
Georgia, 30601.
Great, thank you.
And being retired, I have plenty of time to watch the news. And I'm most particularly concerned about what, if anything, we're doing to be prepared in the event that ICE is going to be at the various precincts. So that is predominantly what my concern is. And to the extent that you come up with any kind of a plan and you're looking for volunteers to make sure that nothing crazy happens, my wife and I are both ready, willing, and able. We've done it before. I actually ran a precinct once, it was Whitehead that I ran, and I think it was 2018 was, yeah. So that's all that I would say is my concerns with free and fair election, not having anybody, ICE or whomever, tamper.
Thank you. The next person on the list is Francis Dealman, is that correct?
Correct.
All right, ready when you are.
Francis Dealman, 250 Kearney Lake Road, Winterville, 30683. Basically the same concern. I know this was brought up last month and there was no comment back from the board. At that time, it was just a comment to you. And so I still have the same concern. We're seeing lots of statements in lots of ways, talking about ways that elections might be disrupted. And I think we're interested in knowing that our Board of Elections fully confident that you're aware of that and hope that you do have some plan going forward to deal with whatever disruptions might arise.
Marilyn?
You can't pronounce my last name, can you?
Well, is it Wolf?
Regatz.
Okay,
Marilyn Wolf Regatz, 345 Beechwood Drive, Athens 30606.
awesome.
Of course, I have a super overall concern about voter suppression and how we're going to deal with that. But my questions today are, should it be decided that we want to open every precinct, or for early voting, opening every precinct each of the days that there would be early voting? How will we deal with the budget for that? Because that would be quite expensive. And I wonder how people are feeling about signing up to be poll workers. Do you think that could be something that holds you back as well? So, thank you.
Thank you. All right. And no stranger to public comment, Ms. Jacqueline. Ahead.
Chadwell Helser, 315 Caldwell Circle, 30605. I have two or three items to address. One is SB 189, which of course is in the weeds, but y'all know. And it's about this QR code thing that our Georgia Assembly had a year and a half to fix, which they did not in 2025. And now in 2026, the law says that by July, we would have no more QR codes on our election day ballot. But the advance voting ballot, this is a royal mess. And as I understand, as of 4:30 today, the Georgia Assembly hasn't resolved this issue. But that's crazy, impracticable. And I just, made some phone calls and such, but anyway, I'm aware of that one. I'm equally concerned about the now released affidavit for the full county FBI raid. And before I came here, I read through some reporting on it, and I must say, as a civilian, it was so arcane. It sounded like, oh, there were terrible things that happened, and I thought, I need more informed eyes to read that affidavit. But I have kind of thing. And a Monday or so ago, I was headed down to the Arch for one of our Get Ice Out of Georgia protests, and who was coming for his lunch but Attorney Judd Drake on the sidewalk. And I asked him, what would we do in Clarke County if the FBI wanted to raid? And he said, we would have to follow the law, which I thoroughly understand. And I said, well, they first got a judge that went to the wrong jurisdiction. And the judge they got that wrote the affidavit is from Missouri. And he said, oh, I know that. That's a true fact. So I don't want the FBI coming here. I don't want y'all having to ask for warrants that will not be presented and all that nonsense. That could happen. Actually, and then the notion, let's just put it this way. If it has been said that there will be federal takeover of elections, which are constitutionally state run, if that's been said, we must be realistic and know that if it's been said, it could very well happen. And this is February the 10th, and these elections start May 19th. And a whole lot of stuff could happen between today and May 19th that is unlawful, but seems impossible to stop. So those are my concerns. And I appreciate everyone you from the bottom of my heart.
That was
Thank you.
perfectly timed, by the way. All right, the next person is Susan Note, is that correct?
No, I was just signing.
You were just signing in, okay. And the final, sure, the final person listed here is Lily Thomas.
Yes, hi, Lily Thomas. I live at 311 North Avenue in Athens. I'm trying to ask you guys about where you're at with hiring a new election superintendent, since I know it's been almost a year since Charlotte Silsby left, so I was just wondering where you guys are at with that.
So a public comment's usually just a one-way thing,
Sorry.
but perhaps it will come up.
Somebody might talk to her afterwards.
Yeah, someone,
Yeah.
talk to one of us after the meeting.
Sounds good.
All right. Anyone else wish to make a public comment? Oh, okay. No. I usually. Kelly can capture it. All right, moving on. Next item on the agenda is the director's report. The chair will recognize the interim director.
Thank you, Chair Ruffle.
Welcome.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Okay, we will start off with the activity report, for January. So as of this month, we have 80,336 eligible voters, of which 268 voters are active and 9,000 inactive. And as of, I'm reading the wrong one. I'm sorry, guys. This month, we have 80,604 eligible voters, of which 71,667 are active. And inactive, we have 8,937. And we also had 258 voters that were added in the month of January. And so we had a total of 147 cancellations for the month of January, of which 21 of them moved out of state. 59 were submitted through Jarvis portal. 7 were requested. We had 53 deceased and 7 felon removals. And then we also had for this month, no challenges. And then we had 5 voter IDs for this month. And I will let Ms. Taylor, give you the report for his open records request.
Good afternoon, everyone. January, there was only 2 open records requests, and they're in the back, and I know you see it's a different format than what I normally use. This will be it from now, because I'm now responding through the open records portal. So,
Okay.
and I'm still learning it. It's a whole lot going on in there that I would probably have to study something every day, but so far, the requesters have gotten what they need, and I check it daily. And there's an area where I can check and say, request assigned directly to me or assigned to our department. And if something's there, it'll highlight on the next screen. But this is what it will look like going forward.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Taylor. And now we will have our 8A polling location update from Ms. Lisa.
Hi, everybody. We have another polling location that needs to make a temporary change. Gaines Elementary, which is 8A, will move, as long as you vote positively for it, will move to Hillsman Middle School just for the primary election in May and the runoff in June, due to construction at Gaines Elementary that will last until the following school year starts. So we were notified in November officially about the construction at Gaines and that the whole building would be unavailable until August. In January, we met with CCSD operations and the Hillsman principal, Dr. Vaughn, and a site assessment was completed on January 30th to use the resource room at the front of the building. It is really nice. It's nice. The voters are gonna like it. February, so you should now be ready to hopefully today vote on the temporary move. And after you do that, if it's an affirmative vote, a notice will be posted in the newspaper about the change and alerting citizens that the board will hear public comment at your next meeting. And March 20th is
And that's it. Okay, thank you, Lisa. And for staff updates, as you see on here, that we're losing another election clerk. Wanda Stevens' last day is February the 12th. And so we have posted the position for our clerk for out here at the voter machine building. And, we have, interviews that are scheduled for February 27th for that position. Also, as far as the new board member, they had 9 applicants, of which 5 will be selected for interviews. And the interviews are scheduled for tomorrow at the City Hall in room 103. And those interviews are open to the public.
Do we have a time?
I can get that for you and I believe it starts at 11 too, but I can confirm that time and get that back to you. Okay, department focus, we have our Gabrielle conference that is coming up, in March 22nd through the 25th, 2026. I brought a copy of the brochure to see, to let you know what will be all entailed at the conference. You can register in person. It's gonna be here in Athens at the Classic Center, or you can elect to do it virtually. So you can just look over that and let me know what you decide, so we can get everybody registered for the conference. There is a banquet, that they're having on that Tuesday. So it's an additional fee if you choose to do that too. Just let me know that. Well, if you want to bring a guest, you have to be responsible for your guest registration for that event, for the conference. For the banquet, I'm sorry. Okay, and then also, board retreat. We're posing it for March 2026. I think do they have the document?
They do, it's in the back.
In the back of their paper. And so you can just fill that out and kind of let us know what your thoughts of what y'all would like to do for the conference this year. So hopefully we would, aiming for March due to the fact that hopefully you have a new board member by that time and.
So I was gonna say, are we prepared to down the road
Yeah,
to April or later?
I guess like you say, if
March
it's
comes?
later, he's not there, or he or she's not there, then he can move it. That would be up to you guys.
I feel like it'd be a little wiser to maybe do April.
Push it forward.
Now, April's gonna be a busy month for us, cause that's when, we're starting LNA, poll worker training, and, we're starting to get into where the rubber meets the road for the May election, so that's why.
Do you have a
March.
date in March in mind?
It's on the,
The 26th and 27th? There's 2 options here. Okay.
Oh, it's on this.
yeah, it's on, we did a survey that you can fill out. But like as you stated, Chair Raffle, I'll find out the time, and then I guess we can see what is their timeline as far as selecting a board member. Additionally, and then we can base it on that as well. Okay? The SB 214 substitute, the Monday, February 2nd, the state of Georgia was prepared to go up to the, where was they gonna have it at?
The Capitol?
It was at the Capitol in the governmental.
Yeah, Clover, it's CLOB, that's, I don't know what the
That
actual name of the building is, but that's
But they canceled the meeting.
at about 2 hours before.
Yeah. Yeah, they canceled the meeting, so we will keep the board informed, as updates come available. We've completed an review of our precincts and our ballot styles, for the election cycle. We are projected to operate under 23 polling locations and 53 unique ballot styles. So you can imagine if this bill passed, how ballot counting would be for us, so as it has been expressed from a lot of the counties and the county directors from writing their representatives and everything that basically they're opposing because, statistics are just showing that it's gonna be impossible really to.
So was Gabrielle, obviously.
Gabrielle was
lobbied
there.
Against this particular.
And Gabrielle, was commented to say that they were opposed to this.
And they had speakers lined up?
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
I know there were other groups that had.
Correct. And I will add, they had, Gabrielle Day at the Capitol Friday, And Gabrielle did get to go into one of the committee meetings to kind of express their concerns about this bill as well, so.
The committee
Thank-
meetings that are open to the public,
Yeah,
they don't get to go.
yeah. So we're closely monitoring the Senate bill, you know, to let you know, which like I say, will pose a lot of operations. And so, like I said, the election officials have expressed their concerns about it. In regards to, the preparatory measures regarding like the, seizure of the records for the election, records in Fulton County, we met with Attorney Davis in regards to that, and we're producing a draft, standard operation procedure for our office, so that we're, if we are faced with the same procedure. So we've got a draft, she's reviewing it, so once we get it reviewed, hopefully we'll have our measures in place that we will be ready if in event that we hope not, that this will happen.
Is there a draft of that document?
I can send you guys a
that the
copy.
board could
I can, do
review? I
you
know
have
that's
that,
a
Melissa?
administrative thing.
I don't have a
Yeah.
printout because we didn't get it approved by Courtney yet, so I did not
Yeah,
make one, because once it's on paper.
Sure.
because we had some, still some questions about it.
going back
that-
and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what we're waiting on, to get some answers and stuff so that we,
Questions from the public on that topic, so if we can
right,
talk to members of the public and know what's happening, it's
Okay.
helpful for everyone.
okay. And then also, we'd like to say, like our, records are stored at the clerk of courts. So Attorney Davis, again, she will be speaking with Alicia, Zarate and Kathy Six, it's just to see if we can put a plan in place again in the event that they try to go there, because they're not here in our possession. So, addressing the, potential federal interference during polling locations during the May election. We've also consulted with Attorney Davis in regards to putting preparatory measures in place. We are scheduling meetings, which we have is Friday, right? The 20th with the, Athens-Clarke County Police Department and Sheriff's Department, and we're also gonna be scheduling meetings with Clarke County School District and our 2 private precincts. So we're getting preparatory measures together for that as well. So we'll update you guys.
I would love to attend on Friday.
The only thing on Friday is just an initial meeting with Deputy Chief Daniel
Oh,
to
okay,
begin to set everything up.
gotcha.
Yeah, once it's all set up, you will definitely, all of the board will definitely be invited.
Great, thanks.
Okay, and then, that's it as far as I have for as comments and questions.
You had a hand a while ago. You,
Well, I was just trying to track the timing and the dates and everything, and you said that meeting got canceled when everybody was gonna go and
Yes.
make comment?
Yes,
Okay,
yes, it was that
Sorry.
Monday, and they had, the state
Everybody
of
at-
Georgia election officials were going and they were ready.
Okay.
you
but it
can
got
find my
canceled.
comment in the AJC.
Yeah, I
Oh,
definitely
okay.
said Chair Raffle sent in a,
Okay,
comment as well, so.
okay. And thank you for checking all the safety things. I had a feeling that you guys were on it, and I
Thank you.
appreciate that.
Mhm.
Great. All right, any other questions related to the director's report? All right, let's move on. Next item is old business. There is none. Moving on, new business. The first item is temporary change of precinct 8A for election day polling locations from Gaines Elementary to Hillsman Middle for the May 19th, 2026 election due to construction. The chair will recognize Ms. McGlone unless any of you had a preemptive comment.
I kind of said it all during
Yeah,
there. If you have a question, we're happy to answer them.
Yeah, you could. No, I
You
don't
don't
have
need
a
a
question. We do need a motion, but let's just reiterate that it's, construction
Mhm.
at Gaines Elementary. Hillsman Middle School is essentially the same parking lot.
Right next door.
But, and please correct me if I state the code section wrong. But any change, even though it's the same parking lot, we have a formal process we have to go
If
through.
there's a change in address,
change in
which there
address.
is, because we encountered this same type thing last year at Cedar Shoals, but it was still on the same property, so there was nothing
Because we
really
were
to
in the-
do.
Yeah,
Uh-huh, but this is a different address.
all right, so if there aren't any other questions, we can, take a vote, entertain a motion,
I move to accept the recommendation.
okay?
My second.
All right, all those in favor say aye,
Aye.
okay? That was easy. Next item on the agenda is a T-Splosh resolution for inclusion on the May 19th, 2026 ballot, excuse me. There's a copy of that in our packet, or
I didn't bring them. Okay, I have,
I apologize.
I mean, I have the one.
the one, okay?
I have the one to be stamped, but
And I can, if you want me to tee it up a little bit
That's
for you,
what the
okay.
next thing I was gonna.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that, and the reason I was late was because I was grabbing a certified copy of the mayor and commission passed a resolution at its February meeting, asking that the T-Splosh be added to the May, ballot. All right, and so part of that, I'll read the part that comes to you guys. Let's see here real quick. So the Board of Elections is hereby requested to call an election in all voting precincts in the unified government on May 19, 2026, for the purpose of submitting to the qualified voters of the unified government the question set forth in paragraph 2 below. And you can read it out if you want to read your resolution, but this requires you guys then. It requests that the election be held by the Board of Elections, that you conduct the board, and that you're authorized and requested to publish a notice of the election as required by law. And it has to be run no later than February 17th. That's why you have to vote on it today. It's a very tight timeline. Yeah, super tight. And the reason I was a little bit late, because it says the clerk is hereby authorized and directed to deliver a copy of the underlying underlying resolution, the one that the mayor and commission passed, to the Board of Elections. So I have brought that to you on behalf of the
Okay,
clerk.
We need a little-
It was literally certified at like 4:22.
Okay.
So, but this is the resolution that you all would need to pass in order to call for the election.
Okay.
And then we have an ad set to go, really to be sent in tomorrow or
Tomorrow.
next day.
Mhm.
On the
Alright.
17th.
Which section do you recommend I read?
I would just read-
Note?
Well, the one pager right there is your resolution.
This is
That's the
ours,
resolution of the mayor and commission.
which you summarized, but do I need to read it word for word?
No,
Okay,
I would just-
everyone satisfied with
Yeah,
the summary of that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, shall I read this text or the entire?
Go ahead and read it all. Everybody settle in, everybody settle in.
We can take turns, okay. I don't think everyone wants to listen to me talk all the time, so. All right, a resolution of the Athens-Clarke County Board of Elections and Registration to regulate and provide for the calling of an election to determine the continuation of a 1% sales tax and a use tax for transportation purposes authorized by Article 5A of Chapter 8 of Title 48 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated. Which vote shall constitute approval of the issuance of the unified government of Athens-Clarke County general obligation debt for the aggregate principal amount of 15 million and for other purposes. You want to do
Go
it?
ahead.
You want to run? All right, run.
if you're good.
If anyone really wants to, just let me know.
I don't
Sure,
think you'll have any
sure.
volunteers.
Okay. Whereas the mayor and commission of the unified government of Athens-Clarke County, the commission, has furnished this Athens-Clarke County Board of Elections and Registration, this board, with a certified copy of a resolution, the referendum resolution adopted by the commission calling an election to determine whether a 1% sales tax and use tax for the transportation purposes as authorized by Article 5A of Chapter 8 of Title 48 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated shall be continued for the purposes set forth in the referendum resolution, which vote shall constitute approval of the issuance of up to 50 million in aggregate principal amount of general obligation debt of the unified government of Athens-Clarke County for the purposes set forth in the referendum resolution. and has requested that this board join the commission in the call of the election for such question on May 19th, 2026. And now therefore it be resolved by the board, and it is hereby resolved by the authority of the same that there be and there is hereby called to be held in all voting precincts of Athens-Clarke County on the 19th day of May, 2026, an election by the qualified voters of said county to determine whether a one as authorized by Article 5A of Chapter 8 of Title 48 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated shall be continued for the purposes set forth in the referendum resolution, which vote shall also constitute approval of the issuance of 50 million in aggregate principal amount general obligation debt of the unified government of Athens-Clarke County for the purposes set forth in the referendum resolution. Be it further resolved. I'm not done.
You're doing a good
I would
job.
take-
Got a chili spot.
By the authority, A for said, F for said, or is it typo? Third,
I
for
did,
said, is that, okay.
okay, there
I
we
don't
go.
know that word, so
That's right.
learn something new today.
Legal.
Yeah, that this board proceed to conduct such election pursuant to the applicable laws of the state of Georgia and the rules and regulations of this board. The managers and the election officials for all voting precincts be appointed, and that election returns be consolidated and this board, and that the result be declared all as is provided by law.
Yay.
All right. You didn't give that to me beforehand to prepare.
I didn't write it, by the way.
Good,
No, it's outside, but there's special SPOS council.
okay,
I just have a question.
yes.
So basically, they just want us to put this on the ballot.
Just the referendum question,
Just the
whether or not
referendum
we're gonna
question.
use SPOS or
And
not.
that's
Yeah,
all,
that's it.
That's
That's
all we have to
the,
do.
that's the Cliff's notes.
you may.
I had a
Good.
question about something about all of the voting precincts. Can you explain that?
Let's see. So,
What does that state?
We,
the proceed to conduct such an election pursuant to the state and the rules and regulations of this law, just at the relevant rules of the, that govern our elections.
It's not stating that all precincts have to be open, but that we abide by the code.
Correct,
Okay.
that's correct.
All right.
All right. Who would like to make a motion to approve the resolution I just recited?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. I was like, I can do it. Yeah, great job. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the resolution passes. Before I sign this, how?
It's just you, the chair and the secretary?
That's what it says here.
It's till now for temporarily the secretary, she says.
Unless I like the.
Unless you like the
authority.
power, okay.
You know how I am.
All right, and then it test the, notary.
She's the attest.
Okay,
That's good.
here, you can,
There you go. Seal it. And data, whatever.
Don't you feel important?
If I had only known.
You ever get the stamp? Okay, excellent. So
here's the original
okay.
copy.
we'll keep it for, I'll get this back to the clerk and then provide to you for your records.
Okay. That concludes the new business. Final item on the agenda are announcements. Would you like to read the announcements? Someone else?
I will.
Me?
I will.
Okay.
Okay, the announcements, the next regularly scheduled ACC Board of Elections meeting will be held on Tuesday, March 10th at 4:30 at 2555 Lexington Road, Athens, Georgia, 30605. Key dates for May 26th election, January 1st through May 8th is Ukova. Am I saying that right?
Uokava.
Uokava. Absentee ballot applications accepted. March 2 through 6, candidate qualifying period, March 2 through May 8. Domestic absentee ballot applications accepted, April 20th, voter registration information update deadline, April 27th through May 15th, advanced voting, May 19th is election day.
All right, beautiful. Next item on the agenda is to adjourn. Oh, I was gonna say, unless there are any final questions or comments. All right, do we have a second to adjourn?
Second.
All right, all those in favor say aye. 5:08 p.m. Fast.
So we talking about this is so good. Okay.
You definitely could not give that position up. All right.
Yeah, he's impressed.